First off, I have a question for you. So, when did you buy your first home, and how did it happen?
2004, and I can't remember how that happened. That's a long time ago.
You can't remember how it happened?
No, I remember it was, it was like we were renting, and it was more like a cultural thing for us that we need to buy our first home. It's American dream. Now we have a job, now we are making money, let's buy our first home. So we jumped in it, and it was a heavy seller's market. So we were getting outbids and all of that whole Orange County market as usual.
Yeah, okay. Well, so I bought my first home when I was 23. Thankfully, my mom she's very entrepreneurial, and one of her biggest thing was own real estate. So she helped out all of her kids to, small down payment for a house, but I actually bought new construction. And so at the time I was working at 24 Fitness, and I actually found, my boss and I went and bought at the same time. We shared a wall. So think about better have a good relationship with your boss, right? Which we did. But yeah, we shared a wall to my first home in a condo that I bought for the first time. But thankfully my mom helped me out with down payment. Not all of it, but some of it. It was like a stepping stone. And 23 years old.
Interesting. But when I meet with the clients in especially first-time homebuyer presentations, one of the early questions that they ask is, "Hey, why you're buying a home?" And they usually get this question mark in their face, and sometimes people even don't know exactly why they're buying a home or what's their actual motivation is. But when we talk more about this, it's kind of like eye-opening for them, and it helps them to plan for what they're trying to buy and target exactly what's needed for them. So what was the reason that you bought a home, Frank?
You know what? I think it was, like you mentioned, culture and the American dream. My mom also immigrated here, but it was ingrained in us. Like you're going to college and you're buying a house at some point, right? That was just how it was. And thankfully at the time I was a manager for 24 Fitness. I was making really good money, and it's probably stopped me from making wasteful decisions as far as putting the money into the house rather than renting or putting it somewhere else. So that was really, the motivation.
So what are some of the answers that you get from your buyers when you ask that question?
Well, I think it is a lot of it's a setup of who they're exposed to and family and things like that, as far as really valuing home ownership. Because a lot of it is that, hey, you know what, we've seen how much we're spending on rent, and we just don't want to continue to do that because we see that we're paying the landlord's rent, our mortgage, rather than our own. And then it's kind of evolved. I haven't rented in a long time, but I've had rental properties, and before anybody does anything to the house, who do you have to call?
Yeah, I want to paint the wall in a certain way, or I want to hang my picture, and I don't know if I can or can't, or what type of trouble I'm going to go in when I'm returning the home. So that's always a concern. That's one of the reasons that I get all the time. I get answers like, "Oh, I feel I'm throwing money away when I'm paying rent," because of that element of the principal payment that's a part of the mortgage payment. That when you own a home, you're feeling that you're contributing and owning the home. As you go forward gradually, you get a little bit more of your home. So that's not with the rent. So I get that a lot. I also hear that people, "Hey, I want to entertain, and my landlord is downstairs," or and this special times that we are in right now, I'm getting a lot of I need more space. I need a little room. I don't know if you have this or not, but it looks like the houses with pools are going pretty on a high demand right now. I think more and more buyers want to enjoy their space.
Yep. If I'm getting locked down again, I'm gonna have some enjoyment in my backyard and actually have a outlet with my family, my kids, everybody else.